right now on Fox 5 News at 5.
No matter what the outcome of last night's election, well, talk about a divided nation, would not have been front and center. I mean, this is what everybody is talking about today. So how can we move on, both sides, and come together as a nation, as the nation's leaders have been telling us? The president, the president-elect, Hillary Clinton.
Easier said than done, I bet. Joining us now, psychologist Dr. Ben Michaelis. All right, let's be honest. We're not in Trump country right here, so I'm sure you have plenty of people who've been calling you, freaking out, panicked, etc.
All day.
Yeah.
I mean, from right after the election, all day. I've had people really panicking, worrying. They thought the sky was falling.
So what are they saying to you?
Well, first thing is, it's been a big shock, because a few hours before the election turned, everyone thought that it was going to go the other way. So there's this first experience of shock, and then then disbelief, and then the idea of for many people that were on this side of it to feel like this was not a possibility, and now having to actually conceive of a President Trump.
Does it make people feel less certain of other things in their life they took for granted too?
Absolutely. One of the things that we do is we tend to think that the past is going to be very similar to the future.
Right.
And then when you have something that changes your expectations this way, it throws you off in a number of different ways and brings up a lot of anxiety for people.
And it would make sense that this happens in New York City, because we're all a bunch of control freaks here. And it's the loss of control, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Because people thought that they knew the way things were going to go.
Yeah, you see the polls in a certain way, and then you're like, oh, okay, it's going to go this way, and but it's the suddenness of the change that threw people off.
You know, I actually saw a lot of comedians, like Rob Delaney's a famous comedian who's sober now, and I saw a lot of tweets like, if this is triggering you, don't go back, you'll get through it. I'm assuming you saw much the same.
Absolutely. And I think the key is really to stay present. Whenever you have a big change or something like this, we tend to have an opportunity or a time that we think about the future, we worry about what it could be. But the reality is the future is never as good or as bad as we think it's going to be.
Right.
And so staying present and reminding ourselves where we are is the key to getting through this.
Okay, another thing that we talked about a lot, Doctor, over this whole election season is how this has broken up relationships, or at least strained them. Yes. And now we're going to be looking at Thanksgiving soon, where families are going to be getting together. And a lot of families have been divided over this election. What's the advice?
You know, I really do think that there is an opportunity here. It's been a very divisive campaign. A lot of things have come out, but there's also an opportunity for more discussion and more dialogue. It can be difficult over the Thanksgiving table when people have had a little bit of wine, I know.
But Nick's like, yes!
Yeah. but engaging with other people that have different views of you is a real opportunity of something like this, and to find out and just understand what other people are thinking, because we really do need to come together. That is the beauty of our country.
Gotcha.
It is the survival, too, of the nation.
It's a real issue. Thank you.
Oh,
appreciate
Doctor,
it.
thank you. Please come back and give us some more free advice.
All right, and if you were depressed today, the weather certainly